MyPillow CEO Mike Lindell back in the news again, of course, because apparently he's just in the news every day because he has something insane to say every single day. But this time he was on Steve Bannon's show where he laid out his insane theory about how Donald Trump is going to be sworn back in as president this coming August. Take a look. Mike Lindell's theory in his own words. Here it is.
What I'm talking about, Steve, is what I have been doing since January 9th. All the evidence I have, everything is going to go before the Supreme Court, and the election of 2020 is going bye-bye. It was an attack by other country, communism coming in. I don't know what they're going to do with it after they pull it down, but it's
but hang on a second.
Hold on. Donald Trump will be back in office in August.
This man needs help. This man needs real, I'm not making fun of him right now, psychiatric help. Now we know in his earlier years, this man had a very severe drug problem. At this point, it's kind of hard to say that those drugs didn't destroy his brain. There's something wrong with this guy. Like, you cannot convince me otherwise. He has absolutely gone off the deep end. He's no longer like he was, 4 years ago, just the lovable guy with the Minnesota accent, hugging his pillow, selling you his pillows, all that. No, this is a deranged individual that is being platformed by equally deranged individuals like Steve Bannon. And I truly believe that Mike Lindell represents a danger to this country because what he is selling is no longer pillows, it's conspiracy theories. He is selling lies to Donald Trump's hardcore base that still believes the 2020 election was stolen, even though there is zero evidence to show that. There is no available evidence anywhere, not in the lawsuits, not in the investigations, not in the recounts, nowhere. And Lindell is still out there claiming that he has it. I sincerely hope that this man gets sued by even more groups. Anyone he lies about should sue him for defamation and make it just as high as those Dominion lawsuits, over $1 billion apiece, because that's what he deserves at this point. I don't know if he does know what he's saying is false or not, or if he does in fact really need psychiatric help, but what he is doing is in fact dangerous. We have seen what Trump supporters are capable of doing when they get fed a diet of lies like what Lindell is saying. The Supreme Court, by the way, just to go ahead and counter his idiotic claims, the Supreme Court does not have anything on the docket regarding the election. Every lawsuit that was pending before them regarding challenges or any evidence of anything of the 2020 election has been dismissed. There is nothing awaiting the Supreme Court. Mike Lindell is lying about that. Not to mention the fact that you don't just get to walk into the Supreme Court and say, hey, judges, I got a case here. Let's do this. That's not how that works, Mike. You actually have to work your way up. You go through all the lower courts first, buddy. But Trump's base doesn't know that. Lindell's fans don't know that. Steve Bannon's viewers likely don't know that. There's nothing to suggest that the 2020 election was stolen. Anyone who tells you otherwise is either knowingly lying to you or they need to spend some time on an involuntary psychiatric hold. That's what we're looking at this point. Mike Lindell's lies are not funny. They're not just because he's testing out theories, like some of these lawsuits, defenses claim for defamation. No. He's dangerous. He's a liar. And he's going to get busted for it pretty hard. The fact that he is still pushing these lies pretty much destroys any defense he may be able to come up with in these defamation lawsuits. This guy's going to go down, and he's going to go down hard in court. And he is going to lose everything that he has tried to rebuild his life building. And he did it because he thought Donald Trump was somehow going to reward him. And I got bad news for you on that front too, Mike. It's never going to happen.